have to admit, with everything else going on over the past several days, I mean, to bring us up to speed on this effort against big tech, we're waiting more word from Washington today. But if they're looking at legislative remedies here, this is the biggie, right?
It's the big one. Congressman Cicilline, who's the chairman of the Antitrust subcommittee, has reminded me several times that the Congress does not have the power to break up tech companies. The Congress has the power to change the law, introduce regulation, and refer to agencies that a company like Facebook be broken up. And he has said to the CEOs of the companies, some of you need to be broken up, all of you need to be regulated. So whether or not that legislation is going to come through what is a very paralyzed Washington, D.C. right now in the middle of the election season with the president and the White House sidelined by COVID, I don't know. But I do know that the investigation has been going on for over a year, and the sort of bipartisan consensus that monopolization has gone too far and that the laws need to be changed is very high. So I would expect this report to come out, for it to be scathing. We're expecting some more revelations about the big platforms in the report itself, and then the work to actually change the law begin in earnest and continue on into whoever the next president is.
Right. So this will take some time. Tell me about this next appearance on Capitol Hill from the CEOs. The one over the summer, because it was done remotely, didn't really have as much import. I want to say it somehow didn't feel like the big event that we saw with the bank CEOs, after the Wall Street collapse and that sort of thing. This will be, I presume, still also a remote event. But what is the purpose of this hearing, and does it build on what we've already heard from these CEOs?
Yeah, really, there's two tracks for the big tech companies to answer for. What the Antitrust Committee has been focused on and is often distracted by, but what they've been focused on is digital marketplaces. If you're buying and selling things online, whether that's goods in the case of Amazon, whether it's advertising in the case of Google, whether it's apps and services in the case of Apple, their power in the marketplace has constrained the amount of economic freedom that other companies have to act. And that's something they've been focused on. I think it's what the report will be narrowly focused on. Next to that, which no one can ignore, is the power that the big social media platforms have around speech and expression, and whether or not their protection under Section 230 to moderate is too strong. That is an ongoing debate. It all feels connected. It all feels like big tech platform power, but they are different issues, even though they tend to get muddled. This next one is going to be focused on that. I imagine it will be extremely chaotic. The amount of pressure on these platforms to both protect the election and not interfere in it by moderating is very, very high.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.